Hey guys, welcome to episode number 9. I want to talk a little bit about something that I got a question for on my Instagram. It was about a woman who had a Borzoi, young Borzoi, about a year and a half, and he was afraid of everything. From what I've read, that's not that uncommon for Borzois, especially ones that haven't been acclimated to things. And just my experience with that, we got Esper at 8 months or 6 months, and she really had no experience of the outside world or how human world worked aside from being in a small dirt pen, occasionally seeing a car, not seeing people, seeing a lot of other dogs. But when we brought her to the city, we had a lot of problems when we first got her. I talked about in my first video when we first started teaching Esper how to walk on a leash. She wouldn't go more than 3 or 4 feet from the house and just flatten out. She had never seen a bicycle, and the first time she did, she got so scared she peed herself. It was really, really tough at the start to get Esper acclimated to things. And my advice is to just jump on it, and you have to do it every day. When we first got Esper, I made a list of things that I knew that I was going to have to get her used to, starting with the easy ones like cars and traffic and bicycles. Skateboards, she still doesn't like skateboards. Scooters, all the sorts of things. I mean, when I was a kid, my parents had Arabian horses. It was like the same thing. You have to get them used to everything that could flap, everything that could buzz, everything that could beep, everything that could startle them, and just get them used to it, show them that you're okay and that they're okay. Also, it took a while for Esper to bond with us, and once she did, I think it made it easier for her to trust our body language and to figure it out. You might hear Aura behind me. She's eating a bone, so if you hear like a crunching noise in this video, I apologize for that. So I told the woman, I said, you should, if something scares her, write it down in a journal, and think of a way to expose her to that in a more controlled manner. One thing Esper was afraid of was stairs. So once I got her walking around the block, I would walk her to a department complex near me, and every day we would do the stairs. At first, she wouldn't even walk it up. First week we just went there and sniffed the first two. She stepped up them. She turned back around. It took a good probably 3 weeks until she would go up the entire flight of stairs, and we still have issues. Esper. Luckily with Aura, she's super young. She's in that 10 to 16 week period where I guess dogs brain is really malleable, so they can learn everything and kind of get exposed to everything and put it in their bank. But Esper didn't have the luxury of that. She was a little older, so there are certain things that still bother her. This is now the story time portion of this, because I think this is hilarious. This is fairly recently. This is maybe 6 months ago, and this is also talk about how good these dogs' memories are. We were walking down a fairly busy street near my house, and this is LA, so people do strange things all the time. And there was a woman in an all pink, mind you, it's a sunny day. She's in an all pink rain poncho with a gigantic pink umbrella, and she's running down the side of the street, opening and closing her umbrella. Now, I was terrified by that. I think you could imagine what Esper was. She for the first time in years just flattened. She would not move as this woman is running behind us. And once she passed, she kind of got over it, but the entire walk, she kept turning around thinking that the pink umbrella assailant would be chasing after her. And hilariously enough, it's every day that we walk by that area, she will stop, she will look around, she will make sure that woman isn't flying out of it. I did not put that in my journal because I don't think that there's any way I'm going to expose Esper to that sort of experience again, and hopefully never again. I just want to know what that person was thinking. I mean, it was a hot day. It wasn't even like there was zero chance of rain whatsoever. So my advice to you, if you're working with a dog who might be on the timid, on the shy side, work on that trust with them, and then be really diligent about the exact things that are bothering them, and show them to them in an organized fashion. I mean, one example with Aura, she didn't know what a vacuum cleaner was. I don't blame her. That's a very scary thing if you can imagine it. So I turned it on. She got frightful, so I turned it off. I welcomed her over to sniff it. We did this 3 or 4 times. I moved it around like I was vacuuming without it being on. She got used to the motion, and then turned it on and see how she responded once or twice, and now she has no problem with the vacuum. But get through those things early. If you're getting a new puppy, just absolutely get through exposing them to things. Think about loud ass things that you can have going on. I mean, not loud enough to hurt their ears, but luckily in LA we get all the sirens and all the other stuff. But everything you think that they might be exposed to at one point in time would be good to expose it to them. I know they say, and this is another thing I learned as I'm reading more videos, because dealing with Aura when she's asleep, just like a sleeping baby, you try not to make any noise, but the problem is you're creating an environment that's not sustainable. Oh, hi, sweetie pie. So if anything goes above the din of the room, they wake up. So you kind of have to teach them how to learn. They learn what their noise floor is, what kind of tolerance they have for certain noises. And you want to start, even when they're sleeping, even when they're in their crate, just be normal with your noises so you don't have to tiptoe and things don't, instantly wake them up. What are you doing, sweet pie? What'd you get? Is that your carrot? Did you find a carrot? Oh, taking the carrot over there? Well, thank you guys. I'm going to do a series of videos coming up, just training stuff. We're going to talk about how this puppy helped this little one. Oh, hello. This puppy helped the little one figure things out. And then we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.